Alright, welcome back. Max here with Catroll Hunting. And today, as you can see, we're gonna have another nickel hunt. We have 70 rolls of nickels here. They're from 3 different branches. I've checked those 3 stacks for enders, but I don't see anything interesting there. There's maybe a few nickels from the 70s in there, which might be a sign that those rolls are not hunted. But nevertheless, we're just gonna look in the inside and see what's in there, guys. Looking for any King George V, any King George VI, any young head nickels, any low mintage like the 99 and 91 and 70, as well as any interesting US coinage that we find out here. The last few days I've been trying to make a dime video, guys, and it's really tough because on the one hand, dimes are by far my favorite denomination to hunt. On the other hand, they're by far the hardest to make videos on because the finds are just so few and far between that it's really tough. I found one silver dime in the end, 1965 80%er. But I also have to say I went 7 boxes straight without having a single find, so it's really rough patch for me with dimes right now. Because usually I average around 1 silver dime per 30 rolls, so it's pretty unusual to find that little. I hope I can get some more dime videos and silver finds in the future, but for now we stick to the nickels, because there's just more finds and it's nicer to make videos about them. If I find anything, guys, I tune you guys back in. Super happy about you watching, and if you guys could hit the like button, and if you're new, hit the subscribe button. That would help me out tremendously and I would appreciate it a lot. There will be much more videos like this in the future, and I hope you enjoy the hunt. Yeah, roll number 1, and we're off to an amazing start. Just poured down the first roll and I can see George VI peeking at me, and that is always a sign that you want to see. Look at this, guys, isn't that amazing? I'm super happy about that. First roll of the hunt, first find, and not only that, it's actually a really good find. Let's look at the date together. I'm gonna flip it around here. Oh yeah, and it's a 1946. That's very nice. Can't complain about that. Super happy with that first George head. Roll number 11 will give us the first young head of the hunt. It's hiding here somewhere. I already saw it. Here it is, guys. 1964 young head. Very nice. Let's check for the extra waterline together just in case it's not there. Roll number 14 will give us our first foreign coin of the day, and it's 1 Indian rupee. Roll number 15, and we have a dime in the nickel roll, so we got a guaranteed 5 cents of profit. Amazing. Roll number 27, and we have our first bunny nickel of the hunt. I can see it already by the reverse. It's pretty shiny, and that usually means it is a bunny. Beautiful coin. Roll number 40, and we have the second 1964 of the hunt. Beautiful young head here, and let's see for the extra waterline, guys. No, it's not there. Yeah, roll number 45, and there's the next pretty good find. Flip this one around, and as you guys can see, it's a 1970, and that's probably the hardest one to find of all the modern Canadian nickels. Only 5 million minted. Very nice find. Roll number 48, and we have the second 12-edge nickel of the hunt, and I believe it is in 1962. And now that I have a closer look, there's actually a second one in there. It's just over here. Let's see what this one is. This one is in 1961. Also a young head. 2 12-edge young heads in 1 roll. Very nice. Yeah, the hunt is almost done. Roll number 65, and we finally have another 12-edge nickel here. Let's check it out together. This one is a 1959, so that's not too bad. The 50s are much more rare than the 60s, so I'm really happy with this one. Yeah, 70 rolls of nickels hunted. This concludes the hunt, and we have some finds, even though it was not the best box of my life or the best 70 rolls of my life. Nevertheless, we still found some interesting coins, even though it's kind of slim pickings and nothing compared to my last nickel hunt. But nevertheless, I'm really grateful to find these coins. We have our dime here, so dime in the nickel roll, nothing special, it's just a 2015. Nevertheless, 5 cents profit, I can't complain about that. We have 1 Indian rupee, which is probably the most common foreign find from me. In nickels, in dimes, it's definitely the 5 5 pence British, but here we have the Indian 1 rupee, which is very, very common to find in Canadian nickels in my experience. We found 3 1964 young heads here, which is a decent amount, even though they're not so special. I still like to keep them. Only 1 bunny nickel today. It's much less than I usually find. Probably the best find of this box is this 1970 here, which is a low mintage year, only 5 million minted. It's definitely the lowest mintage year from Canadian nickels, so it's always nice to find those, and I'm working on getting a full roll. I'm getting closer. Then we have 3 young head 12-edge nickels. We have a 1961, 1962, that's the 2 very common years. And then we have a 1959, who is less common, but still within the 50s, the most common. You want to find the 44, 54, 55, 56, that's the years you want to find. Still nice to find one in the 50s, I'm always happy to do that. And then here, other than the 1970, probably the star of the box is this 1946 King George, which is a better date for sure, better than the 47, better than most other years in the 40s, except for the 48, which is extremely low mintage. But I think it's the 2nd or 3rd lowest mintage King George VI coin, so that's actually a very, very good find. It's also in very nice condition, pretty shiny, can't complain about that at all. Not many scratches going on there. But overall, not the most exciting hunt, but still I'm super grateful to find these coins. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, and I hope I can produce some better videos for the next time, but I thought I might as well get this one out and see what you guys think. Enjoy this, guys, and see you guys next time. I'm so grateful for you watching, and have a good one. Yeah, guys, as the nickel hunt was not the most successful and the video is pretty short, I thought I'd throw in a little extra in and show you guys my most exciting metal detecting finds of the year so far. I haven't been going so much, but I've been out maybe 5 or 6 times in the last 2 or 3 weeks, as the weather was much nicer and the tides were pretty fortunate to go metal detecting. So I show you guys what I found, and this is the best stuff I found. I found a bunch of pennies and other modern coinage, US coinage. Pretty often I find pennies, especially along the rivers here. Most of them are not really old, so it's not really interesting to show. I've also tried to film the detecting, but it is so hard to film the metal detecting. I find it already hard enough to just detect. It's tough work. You're digging a lot. The people around you make it slightly awkward very often, because if you're living in a bigger city like I do, you often have to go detecting in more public places and you don't have much privacy. So in the end, I decided not to make any videos just yet. Maybe that comes in the future, but at least I still want to share this with you guys, because I know you guys like this kind of stuff. So let's show you guys the coolest coins I found. I didn't find any silver coins this year yet. Maybe that will still come. I'm still planning to go more often this year, but I've still found some very interesting stuff. Let's start with the coins. This one here actually is a 1916 Canadian large cent. It's really, really hard to see the date and the detail. It was much nicer when it quickly came out of the ground, but when they're in the salt water and you take them out, often they just oxidize straight away and there's not much you can do to save it. So like a lot of the details has been lost, which is unfortunate, but you can still see it, and it's a 1916, which is one of the more common large cent dates, but it's still a very, very nice find. The first Canadian large cent I found metal detecting this year, so it's really, really nice. But you can see it's in really tough shape. It misses a few pieces. Then we have 2 more George V's cents. We have a 1928 and we have a 1934. This 28 came out of a park. This didn't come out of the water. And as you can see, this came out of the water. It has like the typical water crusting damage, but you can still see George V. I was really, really happy to find this because I found this in a spot where I found a lot of pennies, but nothing exciting, a lot of 2000s pennies, and then bam, I find the George V in between them, and it's very, very nice. Both of those dates are not really anything special. The 28 is not terrible. It's under 10 million minted. The 1934 is 7 million minted, so both of them are under 10 million, but both of them are not key dates or anything special. It's still awesome to find this. Then probably the favorite coin I found, I don't think it's the most valuable coin here, but it's just something different, is this Indian British colonial coin, 1944. So it's a very, very nice find here. And then I found 2 silver rings. This one is pretty modern, has a sterling stamp, and has some, I believe, is jade appliances. So this was really nice. I also found this in a park, very, very, very shallow, maybe like an inch down. So I think somebody just recently lost this, but I was really, really happy to find this. It was my first silver ring this year, very, very awesome. And then we found this one, which is silver, and it's a thick one, guys. It's like a big male ring, and it's looks handmade to me. Like, it's not very, very completely even. So this ring looks much, much older. I cleaned it a little bit from the inside, but because I wanted to see if I can find a stamp, but then I didn't want to go all the way, so you can see the silver shimmering through the tarnish here, but I didn't want to go nuts trying to clean this thing. Maybe I show it to a friend of mine who knows more about older jewelry and can tell me actually how old this is, because I have no idea. It looks old to me, but it could also be modern. It's very, very hard to say. I love the tarnish on it. I love the coloring. It has a super high-pitched sound when you drop it. It's like nice, thicker silver ring. Any ideas? If you guys have any idea, I would be very, 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 very grateful. I have a suspicion that this is handmade, because it's just not perfectly even, and it's a good sign. And this ring definitely looks older. I like it very, very much. Probably my favorite find among the bunch. And then we have this really nice 3 ornaments, and I'm not very sure what it is and what shape it was, because they look like they kind of connect. You have those connection pieces, so I'm not sure if this was attached to a string or if they were actually just a copper bracelet or something like this. Very, very hard for me to say. We have like a stag, an owl, and an angel. So at first I thought this might be some Aboriginal art because of the owl, but the other 2 things point more in a different direction. Very, very interesting. It's definitely copper. The sound of the metal detector and also the tarnish and the oxidation like makes me believe this is pure copper. Very, very nice. Again, with age, I have no idea how old those things are. It's very, very different to say. They came out of the river, so it wasn't salt water, it was fresh water, which attacks it a little bit less. So I have hope this is a little bit older, but again, I have no idea how this was connected, if those were actually connections between the copper pieces, of if there was a band going through those. Nevertheless, I was thrilled to find those. They were all very, very close together, maybe like a foot apart each, or something like this. So I think they moved a little bit around and got dropped at the same spot. So I'm very, very sure this was one piece, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing some pieces too. I think there's like maybe a little bit more there somewhere. Nevertheless, I was thrilled to find these because it's just something different, you know. Among all the trash you dig, among all the nails especially, I find a lot of nails if I go down to the river on low tide. But it's still very exciting to metal detect. I enjoyed it a lot. I even enjoyed it if I don't find anything. It's just nice to be out there and have this feeling of hunting for treasure. I love it a lot. And yeah, even if it's hard work and you're digging a lot, it's still very rewarding if you find something. I hope you enjoyed this little extra here, guys. Let me know if this is something you guys are interested in and you want to see more finds and maybe some more metal detecting videos from me in the future. Or at least if you guys enjoyed, if I like combine it with a hunt and show you some finds, just off the record kind of. Nevertheless, let me know. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you are new, and I will bring you more content in my treasure ventures, and coin roll hunts, metal detecting, and so on. And I see you guys next time.